Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're digging into a really interesting report. It's basically packed with ideas for software projects aimed at freelance developers. Looking ahead to 2025.
Yeah, think of it as a kind of roadmap. It shows where the tech trends are heading and, maybe more importantly, where freelancers can find opportunities.
Exactly. And it's not just theoretical stuff. The report points to some pretty major shifts happening right now. We're picking up speed.
Right. Things like AI and machine learning are becoming, deeply embedded everywhere. They predict AI might handle, 85% of customer interactions?
Wow.
And then there's Web3 concepts actually becoming practical, a big push for green tech, sustainability.
Hyperautomation too,
Yeah.
right? Automating more complex stuff.
Definitely. Plus the ongoing move to cloud native, like 75% of apps running that way soon. And, well, cybersecurity. Always cybersecurity.
It never goes away.
No. Big breaches potentially hitting 60% of businesses. This is a constant concern.
So the report suggests that for freelancers, the sweet spot is where these things overlap, like combining them.
That's the core idea. Combinatorial innovation, they call it. Mixing AI with Web3 or AI with green tech solutions. Freelancers being more agile, lower overhead. They're kind of perfectly placed to experiment with these combinations.
Makes sense. You can move faster.
Hmm.
Okay, so today, let's focus on three specific project ideas from the report. We picked ones that seemed particularly relevant and intriguing.
Yeah, these three really stand out. They show how you, as an individual or small team, can tap into these big shifts.
All right, first up, an AI-powered vertical sauce workflow automator. Bit of a mouthful, but what's the basic concept?
Okay, so think SaaS software as a service, but hyper-focused on one specific industry, vertical SaaS.
Right, not general purpose tools.
Exactly. And the twist is using AI, things like natural language processing or generative AI, to automate really tricky, specific workflows within that niche, stuff that regular automation can't easily handle.
The report had some cool examples, like for finance or healthcare, AI reading case notes, summarizing them, maybe even drafting initial compliance reports.
Yeah, or flagging false positives and alerts. Imagine automating SARS filings or GDPR, HIPAA compliance checks. That's a huge time saver.
Or for, say, e-commerce startups. An AI agent setting up their whole tech stack, CRM, marketing tools, support desk integrations. That initial setup can be a real pain point.
It absolutely can. And what's really interesting, the intriguing detail here is that because it's so specialized, vertical saws solving a very specific, often expensive problem.
You can charge more for it.
Potentially, yeah. It leans into that micro-SaaS model, but supercharged by AI's ability to deal with messy, unstructured data and complex decision-making. Think about reducing the compliance burden for small legal firms, for instance. That's real value.
So if you listening have deep knowledge in a specific field, this is definitely one to look at. And the report mentioned you can use existing AI APIs, right? Like OpenAI or Anthropic.
Precisely. You don't need to be a deep learning PhD. You're leveraging existing tools in a smart way. So, the provocative thought here is, what tedious workflow in your area of expertise could AI revolutionize?
Good question. Okay, let's shift gears. Idea number two, a decentralized reputation platform for open source contributions. This sounds very Web3.
It is, straight out of the Web3 playbook. The concept is a platform built on blockchain technology.
Okay.
And it issues verifiable credentials, think digital badges, or maybe soul-bound tokens, which are like non-transferable NFTs based on a developer's actual contributions to open source projects.
So not just GitHub stars, but actual commits, pull requests merged, issues resolved, documentation written.
Exactly. Things that show real work and impact. It gets recorded on the blockchain, making it transparent and, crucially, tamper-proof, a reliable record of skills.
That addresses a real problem, right? Reputation online can be easily faked or gamed.
Totally. This aims for a more trustworthy system, potentially even capturing the impact of contributions, not just the volume. The report even floats integrating it with DAO's decentralized autonomous organizations, where your proven contributions could give you voting rights or influence.
Interesting. So it taps into Web3, tokenizing skills. Freelancers definitely get the developer audience.
And they understand why reputation matters so much in open source. Building the platform itself as an open source project could be a good approach too. It leverages things developers already use, like the GitHub API and public blockchains.
So the deeper question is, how could a truly reliable, decentralized reputation change things like online teamwork or even hiring, especially where trust is hard to build?
It could be quite transformative. Okay, final idea. Takes a different tack. A local-first AI assistant for personal knowledge management.
Local first, meaning it runs on your own machine.
Exactly. Think of a desktop app, maybe like Obsidian or Logsec, which are popular in the personal knowledge management or PKM space. But this one has an AI assistant built in.
And the key is it's local.
Yes. It uses local AI models, maybe running via tools like Llama or llama.cpp that interact only with your local files, your notes, your PDFs, all offline. No data goes to the cloud.
That directly hits the privacy concerns people have with cloud AI.
Big time. The report calls it cognitive sovereignty. You maintain complete control over your data and, in a way, your thought processes powered by AI. It capitalizes on the fact that these local LLMs are getting surprisingly good.
So you can chat with your notes, ask your own knowledge-based questions, get summaries, find connections, all privately.
Precisely. It caters to that growing PKM community and the desire for powerful AI tools without the privacy trade-off. The business model could be freemium or a one-time purchase.
The intriguing part is having an AI that really understands your specific knowledge, your perspective, because it's trained, or at least operating only on your stuff.
Yeah, imagine the potential for personal insight, for creativity, when the AI is truly yours and operates entirely within your control. What could that unlock for you?
Okay, so 3 quite different ideas there. AI making specialized SaaS smarter, blockchain verifying open source reputations, and local AI for private knowledge management.
But all stemming from those big tech trends we talked about: AI, Web3, privacy concerns.
Right. And for you listening, the main takeaway seems to be focusing on those niche needs.
Yeah, finding intersections, leveraging these new technologies creatively, and really thinking about core user needs like trust and privacy.
So maybe think about which of these areas really grabs your attention. Dig a bit deeper into the tech, the potential users.
Ask yourself, what unique angle could you bring? What skills or interests do you have that align?
Because it seems the freelance world in 2025 isn't just about keeping up.
No, it's more about finding your own innovative space, understanding these deeper currents of change, and applying them in new ways.
So the final thought for you, what will you build? That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.